And all set, U18A first game of the day. Already starting off with a massive hit from Noah Lynch. Starting the physicality off hot. Gadet is in net for the Capitals, and Broussard is in net for the attack. Off the draw. It's taken and won by Bernard. In the corner, thrown out in front by Gillis. Loose puck, trying to swat at it, was Maddox Burke. It's cleared all the way down into the zone of the attack. Broussard leaving it off for Cudmore. Cudmore passing it up. It ends up all the way for Johnson. Johnson sends it across. Lynch walks up, backhands it into the zone. Behind the net and taking it is Campbell. Rimming it along the boards, pass over for Colby Gillis. Trying to step out of the zone. It's taken back in by the Caps and rimmed around the boards. Campbell battling out in the corner. Moving up towards the blue line. Bernard sent cross ice. There's the shot. Saved by Broussard. A wind-up clap bomb. And blocked out in front. It's cleared down by the attack onto Gadet, so no icing going to be called. Working his way around the net is McNeil. Crossing it over. That one left by Lynch. Behind that pass up, Lynch winds up for a 1T, and it never made it through traffic. Lynch again at the blue line. This time just dumping it in, not going for a shot. Behind the net, Capitals still with possession. Flipped up against the boards by McCree. Taken by Nogler. Then zoomed out of the zone. Godkin walking in, firing, deflected above the net. Kept in the zone, a slap shot. Not too much authority behind it. McNeil chucking it along the boards. Going to be kept in by McCree. Backhanded out by Bernard out into center. A bank off the boards. Lets Godkin walk in. Godkin between the legs pass. No one there except Bernard. Bernard leaves it off for Francis. Francis steps in and shoots. And it's a save by Broussard, and that will end play. Caps still in possession of the zone. They've been dominating so far in time on attack as the central attack now bring it outside the zone. Could be a 2-on-1. Weaving by the defense. Stepping in was Lincoln Burke, trying to drop the pass off and go sliding into the boards afterwards. Capitals bring it up. Cuts to the middle. Wait. Fires. Scores! It's a snipe to the top corner, and the Caps go up 1-0. And it's Cam Kelly that gets the Capitals on the board. Their sniper goes top corner. And the Capitals break the ice and take an early 1-0 lead. Attack. Win the draw. In the offensive zone, trying to move that over to Colby Gillis, and a massive collision that'll cause a draw. And it's going to be a Caps penalty. And it's a head contact, so in question for a 4-minute double minor. And heading to the box is number 15, Aiden Campbell. We'll have another angle of it. And the hit coming up a bit up high, the arm extending up high, so it only is a 2-minute call. Godkin down low on the right side. Godkin moving up to the blue line. Cudmore firing, and that just went wide off the deflection. Nogler. Godkin along the boards. Goes up towards the blue line. Skates back at the ring line, trying to get a shot off. It's slowly moving in that direction. There's Johnson. Tangling up with Nogler before sending it all the way down the ice. Attack now regroup and make their way back in the offensive zone. Attack stepping in. It's Godkin along the blue line. Moves it across to the other side. Powers. Back up to the blue line. Cudmore back to Powers. Powers down low. Sharp angle shot saved by Gadet. He'll hold on. And some rough stuff happening after. A couple cross checks being given by Francis. Or apologies, that's Ramsey. Just a sharp angle shot from Powers. A bit of a rebound given up by Gadet, but covered up quickly after. Attack still on the man advantage. Face-off one going behind the net. Attack still with it. It's Nogler. Going up to the blue line. Burke down for Powers. Around the net will go Godkin and accidentally give up the puck. It's cleared all the way down the ice by McNeil. Attack setting up in their own zone. It's sent across. Godkin trying to leave that off in the middle. Eventually does get to Jones. Jones trying to step in, trying to pass that one over for Matheson. It's cleared all the way down the ice. That'll get past Cohen Jones. Jones finding it behind the net. Hits the brakes and maneuvers his way behind his net. Just a couple seconds left on the man advantage. It's cleared down, hits off Matheson, and goes into outer space for a whistle. McCree back down into the zone, rim it along the boards. Power play now expired. And it's now a 5-on-5. Pressure out in the corner. The Attack trying to clear the zone. But some good forechecking from the Caps keeps it into the zone. Trying to throw that up towards the blue line. Right in the middle, trying to jam at it. And it's taken away by Munn. Munn steps up, able to reverse his man. Goes all the way back down into the zone. Mulligan shooting that up. It deflected off his stick, so no icing to be called. Skating it with speed was Coogan. Retrieving the puck and rimming it along the boards. A hefty slash being given. Some physicality already ramping up in this game. Coogan behind the net, trying to rim it up along the boards. It's caught, sent back in. The shot blocked out in front, and it went to the blue line. Not coming to pinch was McNeil, and it's flipped back in by Munn. Behind the net, the play started out by Bernard. Quickly taken back in, throwing it up against the boards. Attack try to bring it back in. It's sent back out by McAuliffe. Loose puck along near the timekeeper's box. McAuliffe back in his own zone, waiting, turning, almost giving it away, but eventually does go to his teammate Cormier. Cormier trying to bring it back out, blocked right outside of his blue line. A saucer pass, walking in. Colby Gillis trying to shoot, blocked by Godet. Gillis getting it back again. Sauce out in front that went high and above the net. There's a shot from the blue line from Campbell that ends up in the corner. Mulligan shooting it back out, and this is icing against the Capitals. Draw going back. It's to the right of Godet. Won by the Attack, but outside the zone it'll go. Coogan picking it up by his own bench, trying to flip, and it hits off a man in his bench. 4:01 left to go in the first period. Only goal so far is for the Capitals, and that was by Cam Kelly with a snipe going to the top right corner. And we have an attack penalty. Not sure if it had happened behind the play, but it's Lucas Matheson that's heading to the box. So we have a Summerside power play. Or maybe this is just a 10-minute misconduct. Penalty is not up on the board. There's the shot, they score! Right off the bat. And not on the power play. Stay was 5-on-5. And the Caps go up to a 2-0 lead. A pass out in front again. It's Cam Kelly with the snipe. Gets his second of the game. So it's 2-0 Caps. Both of those goals coming to Cam Kelly. Attack in their own zone, trying to force a breakout. Kept back in by the Caps. Moving in is Cam Kelly. Around the net it goes, trying to move it around for Burke. Attack, throw it out of the zone. Barely kept in. It'll be rimmed around the net. That taken by Godkin behind the net. Waits, trying to pass that up for Powers, back for Godkin. Godkin tries to move it with speed, pass in the middle, flipped high and into the zone by McDonald. And that one covered by Broussard heading in his direction, and a couple some rough stuff happening after the whistle. And maybe an indication of what we will see later in this game. And we have a Capital heading to the box. And now we have an attack power play on the way. So at 3:15, the Central attack will get their first opportunity on the man advantage. Unsure of exactly what had happened. Odds are something that happened in that scrum or something that was said. It's wired along the boards. Drummond puts it out to center. Attack must regroup and retry. Cross ice pass. This is for Nogler. He turns around, looks, gets pinned up at the ringette line, getting pinned and shoved. And they're coming in with speed. It was Cudmore trying to lay a hit. Hovering the blue line. Godkin. Back up. McCree. Back for Godkin at the hash marks. Down low. Powers moving his way behind his net. He's being watched by McNeil. Powers goes up to the blue line for McCree. Down for Godkin. Hash marks. Sharp angle shot saved by Gaudette. Rebound was batted out of midair and not towards the net. Taken out of the zone, McCree. At his blue line. Passes it off to Godkin. Godkin steps up. Tries to drop it. A Capital falling behind him. Godkin still with possession. McNeil hounding him. Almost given up, but it's McCree that chucks it over to the wall. Trying to move in was Godkin. Quickly shot out by Mulligan and outside the zone. So far, a pretty solid penalty kill, only allowing a couple shots on net. The attack come back with speed. Working up. There's Campbell with a shot. It's deflected up above into the netting. Faceoff goes to the left of Gaudette. Won by the attack, put to the blue line. Barely kept in by Campbell. He'll see Burke on the opposite side. Gets poked away by Mulligan. Kelly passing that one off over to Campbell. And they do a one-timer dump in. Behind the net, Caps with possession, shorthanded. Just more than 10 seconds still to go on the man advantage to the attack. Behind the net is Murphy. Skating out, emerging out of his zone. And working back up, penalty now over was McCree. Sent across to the other side, Murphy trying to get a pass in, and it's poked out of the zone by Kelly. Whacking at it was Munn. Attack now cleared in the zone behind the net. Get it. Goes right out front. Luckily, no one there. McNeil put along to the blue line, kept in, but going to have a penalty against Summerside. There's a shot above the net. Rebound out into the corner. Burke. Wire around the net. Touched up. And we will see another central attack power play. It's going to be a tripping call. And this one's going to go against Kaylin Bernard. On the clear, it was stopped by Matheson up at the blue line, and Bernard gets the stick under his skates. With less than a minute left to go in the first period, Johnson trying to clear it out. It's taken away. Tucker McDonald using his speed, getting around Coogan. Now being shoved into the corner, hard into the boards by Maddox Burke. Attack, move its way out of the zone, banked off the boards. Lynch almost gets knee on knee. Now it ends up with Gillis. And going to have a penalty coming up. And it is going to be a kneeing call. No one has gone in the box. It looks like it's going against Summerside. And it's Noah Lynch heading to the box. So it's a 5-on-3 for a minute and 36, and they will be on a two-man advantage to end this first period. And coach has won an explanation from the official. And here's the big collision out in the corner where Maddox Burke flattens his man to retrieve the puck. A minute 36 on this 5-on-3. It looks like also heading to the box is Zach McNeil. Maybe an unsportsmanlike penalty to go with it. And 2 minutes is now off the board. And now 4 minutes. So it'll be an extended length power play into the second period. It's a 4-minute kneeing call. And the Capitals quickly exit the zone. It's Mulligan finding the puck in traffic, getting it all the way down to Broussard. Broussard launches it all the way down. No teammates waiting. It's going to be Mulligan sending it right back. And no time left to go into the offensive zone. It's flipped outside of the attack defensive zone. And it's 2-0 Capitals to end the first. And continuing this second period, still a 5-on-3 in favor for the Central attack. There's a shot, save, rebound, and couple shoves given after the whistle. Face off back to the left of Gaudet. Won by the attack, and this will stay in the zone. It's Burke holding it at the line. Cross ice for Godkin. Godkin along the right, stepping in, firing, and just deflected wide. Gaudet looked like he had never seen it. Godkin again, waiting. Still waiting, shooting. At the blue line, Cudmore. Sent down along the left. Shot out in front. They score! And the attack capitalized on a 5-on-3 with just 20 seconds left, and they get on the board early in this second period. Looks like it's Nogler that will get the goal. Or Caleb Powers finding the puck, getting a pass from the blue line, and making no mistake, putting it into the bottom right corner of the net. So Central attack still on a power play for 2.5. And scratch that, ignore that. Going into the box is Lucas Matheson. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. The face-off back into the zone of the attack. Behind the net goes Godkin. He stops, waits, passes off to Cudmore. Cudmore zooming through center, making his way into the offensive zone. It's a giveaway for the Caps. Another turnover. Powers in, shot. What a save from Gaudet. Powers almost had his second of the game. A really close chance, right in tight. Trying to cut to the middle there was Campbell. He finds it now again in the corner. Chucks it along the boards. Cudmore and Kelly going to meet in the boards. There's a shot blocked and sent out by Godkin. Skinning up himself. Going up against Johnson. Godkin wins. Shot. Scores! And what a goal from Cohen. Godkin tying this game up on a 4-on-4. Successfully beats out his defenseman and shoots low. And that seems to be where Gaudet can be beaten most often. Pass up from Jones, stepping into the zone. There's a shot, glove down by Gaudet. Right after the faceoff, it's taken behind the net of the Caps, rim around the boards. Jones steps in, puts it to the middle. It's redirected into the corner. An attempted redirection on net doesn't go as planned. Back in the zone of the attack. Here's a steal. Working in front. The shot hit the side of the net. In the corner, it's Mulligan trying to throw that out in front or for Hearn. Stepping out of the zone is Burke. Just 30 seconds left on a 4-on-4, and then we'll go back to an attack power play momentarily. And offside going to be called against the attack. Thought there had been more rough stuff about to happen. From the attack, it's McCree. Sending it into the zone. Caps quickly break it out. Stepping in was Lynch before he dumped it into the zone. Finding it in the corner was Cormier before putting it up to the blue line. There's a shot saved by Broussard and cleared out by McCree. Very limited power play time now for the attack. But it is a man advantage. Down in the corner, getting pinned up against the boards is Gillis. Colby Gillis managed to work its way around the boards. Players getting on top of each other. Gillis again, finding his way behind the net whilst being hit by Drummond. Coming in to pinch and keep it in the zone is Campbell, and the Caps quickly make it back the other way. Dumped into the zone of the attack. Working around is McCree. Penalty now expired. Campbell in his zone. Stepping up. Works his way over the red line and clears it in, giving the chance for the attack to go make some changes and get some fresh troops out on the ice. Big hit along the boards. Another pretty big collision. Flipped in high by Cudmore. Again, getting the full line change out and getting fresh troops on the ice. Caps stepping up through the middle. It's McNeil. What a move, and gets shoved off by Cudmore. Bernard making some moves before Cudmore to put it against the boards. Shot to the net by McAdolph. And working his way out, Gillis. Past the middle, intercepted by Lynch, and then stolen out at center by Powers. Moving in. There's a shot that had been blocked by Godkin. On Godkin, rather. Cudmore stepping in. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Powers going to walk into the zone, try to keep it in. Still in. And we put more to the net. There's a shot going up high and in the corner. Shot back out. Could be a potential 2-on-1. Stepping in. There's a shot from Francis. Turned away by the pad of Broussard. Lawlin tried to put it to the net. It was high and then landed right next to the side of the net. Lawlin shoving his own man in front of the net. Loose puck in the slot. Out on the side. And couldn't quite get a stick on it. And Lawlin saying it was loose. Very hard to tell. Nogler carrying it outside the zone and taking the wise decision to dump it in. Caps move it into the zone. There's a backhand try from Lawlin. Loose puck almost had bounced in and over Broussard. Watching it closely there was McDonald. Leaving the zone are the attack. Lynch in his own zone trying to move it around the boards. Outlet pass taken to the middle. That was intercepted by Gillis. Nogler trying to move it into the zone. It's cleared out to the middle and shot back in by Coogan. Some battling along the boards. Dumped back behind the net. Working his way is Drummond. Trying to find a pass and find the puck in between his feet. Rimmed along the boards. Attack, keep it in. Backhander trying to shoot that on net was Nogler. Trying to find the puck is Colby Gillis, and it's sent along the boards. Shot here from Munn. Loose puck covered by Gadet. Had gone loose. Still loose out in the slot. Shot away from Gillis. Out of the blue line. Another shot. Save. And rebound is kept. with some collisions afterwards. Caps quickly push it into the zone. Diving to try to block the puck with Francis. The Caps go back the other way. Colby Gillis stepping in along the left, firing over the net. And out of play it will go. Attack, keep it in the zone. Attempt to be flipped out. Ball to the blue line by McCree. Almost a dangerous blindside hit on Munn as he barely manages to keep it in the zone. Caps bring it out on the right side. Bursting in, going around the net. Waiting, wrapper an attempt. It's against the side of the net. They push it in. Where is it? They say it's in. It's in the net. Refs, no signal from the ref yet. Explaining something. And they score! Linesman almost barreled into the net. It very much looks like his pad was shoved in. We'll see it again. It's against the side of the net right here. His pad is definitely pushed in. That goal should at least definitely not count. He had it in the side of the net and his pad got pushed in. And we have a penalty on the board. And as of right now, the goal stands. But a penalty on the board for Summerside. So it's an attack power play after they scored what could be categorized as a questionable goal. But it's 3-2 with less than 4 minutes left in this second frame. Flipped over the net. McCree trying to move it out of the zone. There's a shot from the blue line. Blocked away by Broussard. Moving it behind his net is Godkin. Turning it over. Francis right there. Giving some shoves to a player. But meanwhile, Godkin moving his way through center. Godkin hitting the brakes. Attempting to make a pass. It's a high floater. Poked away. Side of the net. Around the net. It'll go behind the net. Player still battle for it. It's Godkin trying to take it out. Still unsure of which way they decide to go. Powers trying to strip it from a player. There's McCree with a slap shot. And that screamer just missed wide. Rimmed around. Nogler trying to find it behind the net. Moving his way up to the top. Cudmore for Godkin. Top of the right blue line. Making a move. Dangling in and crossing it over. Here's a shot, saved, and the rebound loose for about half a second, and this may be a break. A foot race. Moving in is Kelly. Being hit up against the boards, but still maintaining possession. Now losing possession, and we may have a penalty coming up against the attack. It's going to be a hold, and drawing the penalty is Cam Kelly. And going to the box is Lane Cudmore. And another penalty coming up. It's a hook. And it's Brogan Campbell heading to the box in what is some visible infuriation. So it's a power play for Summerside. 4:22 seconds. Then we'll go into a 5-on-3. Going behind the net is Burke, Lincoln Burke, trying to move it out of the zone. Stopped at the blue line. Caps work her way back in. It's Johnson at the blue line. Across, Drummond fires and just misses the net left. Johnson now recovering in his own zone. It's now a 5-on-3, and that is going for just over a minute. Drummond working his way behind the Caps, the attack net. Cormier, cross ice. Waiting, there's the shot, saved by Broussard. It's loose in his pad. And it will be covered by just over 2 minutes. Caps at their own blue line. Cormier across. Pass for Johnson. Johnson waiting out in front, trying to toe drag and shoot. Was Campbell and couldn't get the stick on it. Just under 2 minutes left in the period, and just under 40 seconds left on this two-man advantage for Summerside. Caps walk in. Slowing down the play is Campbell. Campbell waits. Goes across for Johnson. Back up for Campbell. Back to Johnson on the left. Johnson waiting. Trying to go across over for Lynch. It's loose in the body of Gillis. Johnson around for Kelly. Kelly waiting. Sliding across. Gets met with Kieran Gillis. Kieran Gillis trying to play some good defense. It's Kelly still with it. Sharp angle shot, scores! And he completes the hat trick on the power play. Cam Kelly had the smallest of angles to shoot at and finds the perfect shot and goes top corner. And now it'll be 5-on-5 for this last minute. Central attack move their way into the zone offside. Little bump given after the play. Caps with it at center ice, trying to poke it by. It ends up with Coogan. Coogan saucer pass into the middle. Murphy trying to work his way up with speed. Gets taken down by McDonald. And McDonald took him down as well. And we're going to have a holding call. So Summerside will head to the penalty kill. It's Tugger McDonald going to the box for a hold on Nathan Murphy. With just 56 to go, rimmed along the boards. That'll go to Coogan at the blue line. Kept down, trying to go down to Munn. Try to get that back up to Coogan. Coogan holds the line, steps in and fires. That had been blocked right out in front of him. Another backhand try. Going behind the net. Munn trying to move that up to McCree. And the Caps, they go back the other way. What a move. Another nice move backhander. It's a save. But some great moves by Thomas Gallant. Trying to shake around the defense. And he gets a backhand shot off on Brassard. Attack, win the draw. Cudmore plays it off for Campbell behind the net. Trying to leave that off for Godkin. Maybe a turnover. Picking it off is Cormier, trying to shove it to the side of the net. Pucks it underneath his blocker. Cormier giving some jabs, and Godkin takes him down. Both wrestling along the ice. And Campbell takes a man down by his jersey. And then has a word with Francis. So multiple penalties coming up here. So we'll see. We'll have to go for a break and see all these penalties. But it all starts off with Cormier jabbing at goaltender Brassard, and Godkin taking exception to that. And Godkin would take exception to that and take him down by his jersey. And it looks like the only penalty up on the board as of right now, it's an extra minor to Summerside. So we have a central attack 5-on-3 for the next minute 19. And it looks like we had a 4-minute for Summerside, a 2 for the attack, so it will get to just a minor for the Capitals as we enter just the last 15 seconds of the period. Game is still not yet over. Face off won by the attack. Jones at the blue line, trying to put it on net. It's loose on the slot. The shot saved by Gaudet. Right out in front, it's Godkin finding that loose puck and trying to put it on net. And successfully does get a shot off. But it is just saved by Gadet, cleared out of the zone into center ice. And Godkin will take a slap shot, and that will end our second period. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for period 3. Capitals attack on the MST YouTube channel. And period 3, here we go. We're going to start off on a 5-on-3, a 2-man advantage for the Central attack. They come up with speed. Walking up is Godkin, leaving that off to the blue line, and the Caps will be able to clear it out. That's Cam Kelly. Attack, move it back up in the zone. It's Powers, stopping at the hash marks. Had pressure from Johnson. Godkin across to the blue line. Burke firing, blocked out in front. A rebound, they score! And the attack capitalize on the man advantage. It's Cohen Godkin with another one. And it's going to be 3-2 now, 4-3 in favor of the Capitals. All a block shot. Ends up right with Godkin. He slides it along the ice with force. And that one will get past Gadet. So the attack still a limited amount of time on the power play, on the man advantage. Bringing it in. Powers. Continuing around the corner this time, being pressured by Mulligan. Trying to make his way around McCulduff, and it's sent out into center ice. Working back in is Godkin. Godkin making some nice moves, looking out in front, curling around the net. McCulduff giving him a bit of pressure, cross ice. There's a shot from Nicole out in front, giving a couple bumps. And a penalty out in front. It's going to be against Summerside. It's cleared back in. And back to the 5-on-3 we will go. It'll be for interference. And believe it was behind the play. Austin Mulligan going to head to the box. It's a 5-on-3 for 16 seconds. And then back to the power play, the attack will go. And officials still at the timekeeper's box. We'll have time for a little pause in action. Attack about to be on the 5-on-3. They are down by 1, 4-3 in favor of Summerside on the MST channel. Off the draw, there's a shot saved by Gadet. Rebounds loose. A bit of poking at it after the whistle by Coogan. And a quick shot made. Rebound did not look to be any sorts of loose. Still some time on this 5-on-3. At the blue line, McCree fires. Saved by Gadet. A bit of yapping out in front. There's a shot out in front, blocked away by Gadet. Shot up to the blue line. It is now just a power play out for the attack. And that's just for a minute and a half. Attack bring it back into the zone at speed. Godkin zooming up, shooting, saved, and turned away by Gadet. Now it's Rumsey and Godkin coming together. Attack win the draw, bring it back in. Campbell coming out the hash marks and shooting, deflected by Rumsey and above the net. Francis able to get to that puck first and cleared all the way down the ice. There's a big collision behind the net. The Central attack really wanted a call on it. Stepping back in is Powers, finding the puck in between his legs. Leaving that off for Gillis. Up to the blue line, still kept in. There's a shot from Cudmore, pad saved by Gadet. Attack move it out into the corner. It's flipped up and high. Francis has an opportunity and will clear it out to center. Out in center, Brogan Cudmore walking in with a slap shot. Johnson put it accidentally behind his net. Cudmore with it in the corner. Accidentally gave it away to Kelly. Kelly moving up with speed. Kelly accelerating through center, trying to make it dangle, and it's taken away. Moving back in, Kieran Gillis firing, trying to go upstairs, and went over the crossbar. Shot out by Tucker McDonald. Less than 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Central Attack, and that power play brought to you by Lino TV. 30% off deal with Hockey 30 at checkout. Attack move their way in. There's a shot that just goes above the net by Burke. Mulligan in his own end, waiting in the corner. Saucer pass up, glove down by Murphy. Attack. Recoup in their own end. A big collision along the boards right next to the timekeeper's box. Going behind the net is Coogan, waiting. Taking the safe route along the boards. Cleared into the zone. Behind the net is Campbell. Campbell passing it up. Attack move their way through the zone. Behind the net. Behind the net of Gadet. It's slammed off the boards by Cormier. And Mulligan receiving a pass from Campbell. Working his way up. Dumping in to the left corner. There's a hit along the board, sending Matheson down to his feet. There's a shot out in front that just misses the net. Cormier to the blue line. Waiting, firing. After it redirected, it goes wide. And again, another shot sent all the way down. And an icing charged against the attack. Attack with it behind the net, rimmed along the boards. That one taken along by Lincoln Burke. He traverses his way into center, leaving it off for Jones. Steps up, shot, stick save made by Gaudette in the net. Powers put behind the net, pass out in front. That one in the skates of McNeil. Locked in by the attack. Powers trying to cut to the middle, stopping, getting out of the way. LeBlanc shot, rebound, was waiting right there on the doorstep for Burke, but a bouncing puck and he couldn't corral it. Attack going into their own zone. Trying to evade getting hit was Burke, then sending a man up into the boards. Attack, try to skate it out. They bring it out, Matheson, passing over for Powers. Powers like on his stick lifted by Johnson and rims around over for Lawlin. Lawlin shot across. Attack, dump it back in. That one saved and covered by Gaudette for a whistle at 6:04. Off the draw, Colby Gillis to the blue line, backhanded in by Coogan, saved by Gaudette. It had almost gone in behind him. Was in his equipment. Behind the net goes Cormier. He's being pressured by Nogler. Both somehow managing to stay on their feet. Cross ice, banked off the boards by Johnson. Stepping into the zone is Bernard. Putting it behind the net, Coogan. Met there. Puck still behind the net. Multiple players in, battling for it. Sticks going up high as they continue digging for the puck. It ends up barely outside the zone to Cormier. He'll dump it in, delayed offside. Gives a chance for the attack to successfully get out of the zone. In the center, bring it up quickly. It's Bernard walking in, backhander, and going too far upstairs above the crossbar. Cleared along the board, skating up with speed. Powers cuts to the middle, leaves it off, trying to pass that over for Gillis. It's Johnson with the puck in his feet. Taken away, about to bring it up was Campbell. Nogler moving into the zone, trying to put it along the board. It's rimmed. Behind Gillis, battling up with Mulligan, taken down. Jackson had tried to play a pass in the middle. Jackson getting it back and successfully shoots it outside the zone. Behind the net, battling up for it for the attack was Campbell. Sent along the boards behind the net. Brogdon Campbell sent across. Only player there is a Cap. Trying to move his way to the middle. Going to the blue line. A player falls down in front. The Capitals had wanted a call. Sent to the blue line. Gillis. Pass across. Kelly playing some defense. Working his way up. Kelly using the body against Munn. And then using his hands. And trying to pass it off to the middle. Taken away. Burke. Burke walks in with a shot. Missing the net. Rebound. Stills behind the net. Rammed off the glass and outside the zone. Walking up. Trying to make a move was Campbell. Leaving it off. Kelly stepping in with a shot. Gets knee on need. And here we go. Some cross-checking and fighting. Punches being thrown out in the corner. on Munn. Some sticks still in the air, out in the corner. Impossible to see from our angle. And so original penalties. The original penalty is on the attack, probably for a knee-on-knee. Believe I just saw Nathan Jackson. So we'll see exactly what the calls are. It first starts off with a dangerous knee-on-knee. Out on, I believe that's Kelly, who tried to maneuver over to the left. And that is what started us all off. And we'll be back. Quick break to sort out all this penalty trouble. And the only penalty we have is a 5-minute major, or we just got another. We have 5 minutes. A 5-minute major for Summerside and a 4-minute double minor for the attack. So we are going to have an attack power play for 1 minute. We have 4-on-4 right now for 4 minutes. So this 4-on-4 will last the rest of the game. Attack circling around their own zone. Pass up for Powers. Powers stepping in. Cutting to the middle. Working his way around McDonald. Powers getting his stick lifted. Regains possession of his stick. Puts the puck back behind his net. Cormier stopping, turning around. In the corner, being pressured by Powers. Now giving away the puck. Powers to the middle. Trying to shove that out in front. And now goes behind the net. It's shot against the boards by McNeil. Empty net now for the Central attack. So it's a 5-on-4 with the attack empty net. Out in the middle, it's Gillis throwing that away to Powers. Powers walking in, firing, and that's just wide of the net. Putting it down into the zone is Godkin. It's sent along the boards. Behind the net is Matheson. Powers out in the corner, waiting. Dangling through the legs of Johnson. Powers waits, shoots, and just redirects wide off a body out in front. Matheson leaving off for Cudmore with space, time, and shot. Saved by the blocker of Gaudette. That one's kept in. Matheson behind the net. Sent up to the boards, rimmed around. Cudmore at the blue line. Just less than 2 to go. His shot redirected by a defenseman. Powers up to the blue line. Back for Powers. Pass was tipped by Johnson behind the net. Cormier sent along the boards. Blocking it in was Jones trying to get it on Francis. Here's Francis trying to leave the zone. The attack, take it back. It's Godkin. Moving up with speed. Godkin poked off. Right behind him, Matheson. Powers shoots off the blocker. To the blue line. Another shot. Saved. Rebound. Not loose. And covered up. Caleb Powers looking out for the rebound. Here's another solid chance. Gaudette in the net, making it look easy. 1:21 still to go in this game. Attacker down by a goal. Jones skating around at the right point, leaving it off for Godkin. Godkin across. Cudmore in, fires, saved by Gaudette. Just over a minute left in the game. Getting kicked out of the draw is Godkin. Taking his place, Powers. Winning the face-off to the blue line. Cudmore being guarded by Bernard. Shooting and just misses the net. Awfully close to tying this game up. Godkin continues. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. Powers. Another great save on the pad of Gaudette. Powers out in the corner. Up top. Cudmore waiting. There's a shot. Not missing the net by much. Cudmore putting it to the net. Blocked out. Going behind the net is Powers. Powers waits. Goes up. Trying to go to the blue line. And ices it all the way down. Attack. Work their way back up. Need to go with speed. Powers steps in. Slap shot. Deflected and saved by Gaudette. And some words being exchanged out in front. And here's the highlight of 2 great saves from Gaudette. And we have a Summerside penalty. Looking like it's Casey Johnson to the box. So it is a power play for the attack for the rest of the game. There are 6 players on the attack on the ice. And this might be a too many men against the attack. Or maybe just redoing the face-off. 22 seconds left. It's a 5-on-3. Would be a 4-on-3, but they do have the empty net. Capitals fans wanting a call on that for too many men. There's a big hit off the face-off. There's a shot saved turned away by Gadet. And a penalty coming up. And this is on Summerside. And chirping the ref after Cypress Cormier giving a bit of a taunt to the ref. And that is going to be his night. So unsure of how penalties are going to stack up now. Just 17 and a half to go in the game. Go to another break as they try to sort out these calls. Less than 20 seconds left to go in the third period. Central attack down by a score of 4-3. Here we go, off the draw, it's Lynch. Had overskated the puck, going back to the blue line. McCree, across for Coogan. Shot, saved, rebound cleared all the way down. And this will not go for an icing. And the Caps will take this game by a score of 4-3. What a game this has been. And the Summerside Caps, their journey continues on to the semifinals tomorrow morning, going 3-0. Our next game is the Oromocto Eagles versus the Gulf Storm. A key game deciding who advances tomorrow on the Maritime Stream Team YouTube channel.